What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast. I'm at a loss. I'm not at a loss for words. I'm stunned, I guess. They did it again. The Pacers pulled off an immaculate win, beating the Thunder 111 to 110. Haliburton hitting the game winner with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. And that was their first lead all game. I'm confused as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry if I'm choppy right now, but I don't even remember them cutting the lead. And all of a sudden, Shai misses the midi, and they just went and that was it.
To me, it felt like we never had a lead. Like they were always just there, 5 points, 10 points away, and then boom, game. Just as quick as that.
I think when I did the preview, I mentioned I'd be a lot more comfortable if we keep 10-point leads. You know, obviously every team would feel that way, but especially against these guys, they've been clutch they've only had one game in which they lost in the clutch. If we really think about that in a playoff run, they're already coming in hot. You would assume in a close game against us, even with an MVP candidate, they're still going to play that way. And Haliburton's hit big shot after big shot. He's had the biggest moments in this playoff run, a Cinderella story, if we can even call it that. This team is really good, but big shot after big shot. And he, that's the same thing I said about the Knicks series, where will Jalen Brunson, outcompete Haliburton at the end? And that's the same thing I said about Shai. Is Shai going to hit his shots when it matters? And tonight he missed.
Well, he did, though.
I mean, he hit his shot, but he missed the two-pointer to extend it to a 3-point lead, and then Haliburton goes down on the other end and hits his shot. That's what it really came down to. He missed his shot.
So ugly too, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they keep doing it.
It doesn't matter. We got to get the win.
We were up by 10 the whole game, and then it was over. Quickly before we keep going, stats from tonight: Shai with 38 and 5. J-Dub with 17, 4 and 6, but shot terribly. Dort 5 3. What's up?
J-Dub did turn it up in the end. He came out really bad.
Yeah, he turned it up in the third quarter and the fourth. But Kaysen 6 points, shot terribly. Chet 6 points, shot terribly. Caruso 11 and 6 was good. Hartenstein was great, 9 and 9. No assists though from Hartenstein, and a couple shots from Isaiah Joe. But on the Pacers side, I mean, Haliburton had 14, 10 and 6. Siakam had 19 and 10. Nembhard had 14 and 6. Naismith 10 and 12. Turner 15 and 9. Toppin 17 and 5. McConnell 9. Bro, I don't know. I really don't know how it happened. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch because, I don't know. I have no idea. Still confident. I mean, listen, we were winning the whole game. Their first lead came with 0.3 seconds left in the fourth, but
we had a chance at the 9-minute mark. We had, I believe it was it was one of our larger leads in the game, and that's where I was saying Shai should come back in at that moment and continue to extend it. They cut it to 10. They hit a couple fluke shots with the Myles off the backboard 3 to cut it, and then
Toppin with 5.5 left on the shot clock.
Yep, Toppin hit a big one, and then Shai also had a big shot hit on him, I believe by Nembhard, and then the lead just got cut down to two or 1 point, and then we go on the other end and we can't score ourselves. So that's what it came down to, a 10-point game. We had the chance to really extend this lead and we didn't. And that's where that's the blame I'm going to put on it. We had the opportunity. I don't understand why we're resting in the finals. There's no reason. I don't understand. There's nothing anyone can say that can help me to understand that. It's come on, man. You gotta play it out there. And then they hit their shots and they kept cutting the lead. And that's the thing. That's the problem I have with Mark. He expects Shai to always be the savior. You cannot expect a guy to play high intensity like that and then have to save us every single time, every single offensive time. And then on top of that, he has Lou Dort out there too, eating into his space. It's not going to work in the and then he takes out Chet on top of it to limit even more spacing. They start triple teaming him. Come on, man.
That Nembhard
what do we think about? Yeah.
What do we think about what?
What do we think? Not playing a center in crunch time. I know I didn't agree with. Well, I thought Chet shouldn't be playing because he wasn't playing a good game and it was just a liability on both sides. But I was like, oh, we got to sub Chet off, and we're talking about this. And then Joe's like, oh yeah, Chet's coming off. You called it. I'm like, oh nice. Case and Wallace comes in. Where's Hartenstein? Right? Like, you can't just sub him off and then go 5 guards.
Yeah, Jack was actually asking for Chet to come off, and I was like, no. And then I saw him come off. I'm like, all right, Hartenstein's been playing outstanding. He's going to come right in. And then Kaysen checked in, which is kind of feeding right into what they want, right? They want a small 5-on-5, and they just want to push, and get shots up.
And that's exactly what they did. They pushed, they attacked the basket, they did kickouts, and that killed us, and they made their shots off that. And that's the reason you need to have someone, shot blocking, rim protecting. Yeah, they'll still try to have kickouts, whatever, but at least it limits the constant pressure at the rim. At the end of the game, they're driving to the rim at will pretty much, and we're having to rotate. And yeah, we're a great rotating team, but in the fourth quarter, I don't want to trust, like, we're feeding into their game plan. Early on in the game, they really played like us. I thought if we had won this, the narrative would have been they played our style. Up until the end, that's exactly what happened. With like 5 minutes to go, we started running faster, more lackadaisical offense. And then on top of it, they pushed the pace. And we have to make an adjustment when it comes to the pushing of the pace. So, man, it's a tough loss to swallow. But having been in the same position with the Nuggets series, I feel a lot more at ease. Maybe not as much as Capers right now, but I'm still feeling okay about the series. I still predicted it in 6. I don't think this is going 7 at all. I'm still high on the team. We've had losses like this. It happens. It takes fluke shooting to really beat this team, Joe, and we see it time and time again. That's the only way you really beat this team.
Is it fluke shooting at this point, though?
It is. The shots that hit at the end with that run off the backboard, like.
But I've seen this about 7 times this playoff now, so we've got to expect it at this point, right?
I guess.
Like, it's incredible and insane to watch, but I'm not sure fluke because they're just doing it again and again.
In the comments right now.
I mean, honestly, hats off to the Pacers. They won this game. They hit their shots. That's it. They won this game, man. Like, there's nothing else we can say or do or anything.
That's a really bad loss. I'll come up, say it straight out. I said, I don't think we're going to lose a game at home. I said we wouldn't. I said this series was going 5, but listen, they did it again. And not to be down here, but they look damn good. I was texting the whole game saying how good Indiana looked. Even when we were up by 12, I'm like, this team's unfucking believable. Now, should we win that game 9 times out of 10? Yes. I mean, J-Dub didn't have his game tonight. Chet looked lost. We will figure it out. But it's a stunner. And Leroy in the comments, I don't believe I talked too soon. We're in the finals. I've been talking like this the whole season. And I think everybody in the NBA world has been talking like this. It's one game. They do this apparently consistently every series. I think we are. I still do think we are the better team, but we're gonna need better bench production outside of Caruso and Hartenstein, and we're gonna need Chet and J-Dub to step up quickly. But I trust us to turn around and get the next one.
They turned the ball over almost 30 times.
That's the thing. They turned the ball over 24
and you
times.
Lost?
But 20 of them came in the first half, so it was a completely different half in the second half.
That's what I'm saying. They were supposed to be up 20 at least going into halftime. How did you lose that game? Shai was getting mixed up at the end. Who was that mixed him up like that?
Nembhard.
Hey, that's a good player, Nembhard.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a crazy move.
He's a really good player. He can hit a lot of shots.
My goodness.
He's a bucket getter, that kid.
I think we played a little unlike ourselves as well. I mean, only 13 assists as a team. We got destroyed on the rebounding battle. I believe that comes from taking 2 centers out of the game. Leave one in. Just leave one in. I was happy with the taking one out of the starting lineup, but just leave one in. I believe that's like why you take one out of the starting lineup is so you could have one in at all times.
You'd think so, yeah.
I want to make a quick point here that I just noticed, and this was one of the things that I had thought about in the preview was the way they're going to set up the defensive scheme is let Shai be the scorer, and he got 38 tonight in 39 minutes, point per minute, whatever. But the problem is the way Carlisle wants to defend us is we're eating into his game plan right now of we're limiting everyone else. Shai can get his buckets because he's going to get them regardless. Like there hasn't been anyone known to stop Shai, and they haven't stopped Shai in the regular season in general. So the guys they're really keening in on are J-Dub, who is struggling early in this game, 6 for 19, 1 for 4 from the three-point line. I mean, he got 17 points, solid on defense tonight, but we need more from him. 17 points aren't going to cut it. And then Chet barely got shots off in this. And I think that's the game plan for them is, hey, we're going to let Shai take the over on the 25-plus field goals. I'd prefer Shai to, pass a little bit more. And I think that's another thing with Hartenstein not getting the assists. That's the problem with the team. We can't get too heliocentric against a team-first team. That's the way they've been beating the other, like the Knicks squad. That's how they beat them. They let Jalen Brunson do whatever, and the rest of the guys were mad quiet. They're doing the same
but that's not our team, though. I think we just had a bad shooting night with Chet and with Dub as well. Dub came alive in the second half, and I expect him to be much better in the
aggressive all game. I didn't see him be aggressive. He didn't really look for a shot. We didn't really set him up to shoot the ball. Only 9 field goals attempted by like your third best player. I mean, that's kind of inexcusable. Lou Dort had more field goals attempted. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. Chet got to get more points, or he's just got to be more aggressive. I don't care if he's scoring. If he goes whatever, like 5 for 20, like at least he's being more aggressive. I need to see that. I
don't know. I think the context of the game matters there because Dort had hit 3 threes, and I'd rather keep going to him, and Chet's out there missing wide open layups. So, but I do agree with the premise of like Chet should be scoring more, but in this game, Chet shouldn't be playing, in my opinion.
I'm a little nervous here. I didn't expect to lose this game, and it's just the way we lost it. Like, I'm like sympathizing with the Knicks, the Bucks, and the Cavs. I haven't I still hasn't registered. I'm telling you, I gotta go rewatch the fourth quarter because like I could have swore we were winning.
We were up 10. They outscored us in the third quarter, and then in the fourth, they just kept going down the court and hitting 3 after 3 after 3, and they kept cutting the lead. And eventually, it got to the point where it was like a 4-point lead, 2-point lead, and then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is the worst position we can be in in this type of game where I felt like this should have been a blowout. They honestly outscored us in that third quarter where we had a chance to get them. And then in the fourth quarter, we had another chance to get them. And if you don't put teams away, that's my problem with this team sometimes, man. They don't put teams away. You have the opportunity. We said that in the Nuggets series. That should never have gone 7. If they play like this throughout the whole series, it's gonna end up going 7 because they're messing around and finding out.
We lost the
Yeah,
second half by 13.
This comment, we were up by 8 when Chet left. Yeah, if that's towards me saying Chet should be subbed off, he should be subbed off. But for Hartenstein, keep the size. Yeah, just sort of clear that up. But
You got to have one of them in there, especially when Turner's. Yeah, not Turner. When Siakam's in, Siakam's a tall player. He's like 6'9", 6'10", lengthy guy. Immediately, the first play after Chet goes out, we get a stop. They get an offensive rebound and free throws to Siakam, and then we get that lane violation. That, we lost by 1, so if that lane violation doesn't happen, maybe we go to overtime there. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I want to call this like a fluke win for them, but yet again, they did this to every team so far in the playoffs. But I just still think we're 10 times better than them. Alec, that's
it's
crazy.
encouraging to only lose by 1, I guess. Like,
Oh my god!
it's better, yeah.
Capers, talk to us, man. You haven't talked to us.
Oh
You-
no,
you're
I've
just-
been quiet. I've been letting you guys talk. I apologize, bro. Listen, dude. Listen. Okay. Matter of fact, before I even get to that, I actually have a question that I almost forgot to ask. AJ Mitchell in the finals.
Yeah, dude.
What?
I think that's like Mark. That's like kind of like Mark taking his foot off the gas there. I was
Joe,
pretty pissed off with
what?
that.
Anyway,
Like we all love AJ, but at this time of the
That's fine.
season, after not playing him, I don't understand.
yeah, I was mad when he played against the Timberwolves that game. But anyway, bro, bad shooting night. Shai gets a large majority of the blame for me, and this is why. I know it was mostly in the first half. Why was he jacking up them threes like that for no reason? We would get a turnover. He'd step back 3 in transition. They would get a bucket. He'll step back 3, no pass. Transition, step back 3, miss. Brick. Bro, stop shooting threes so much.
See, here's
Dude.
my thing with Shai shooting threes. I mean, he shot at a 50% clip tonight, 3 for 6. I'm honestly like I used to be like that. The whole yeah. Travis and Alec are going crazy. Anyway, I trust Shai with any shot he takes at this point. I know it's going to be the right shot, no matter what. He thinks it's going to go in, so be it. Like I'll live with him shooting the ball. I think we just lost the game with J-Dub's slow start
That too.
and
Shai.
not converting off of turnovers. I think they had 19 turnovers
Man.
originally, and we only had 9 points off of them.
Well, they say the Pacers are one of the best transition defenses too, though. But like, bro, man, you're supposed to win that game. And I know you guys aren't saying we're not supposed to win that game. I'm just saying there's no way you lose that game like that. With the Nuggets game 1, that I can understand that with the dumbass fouling for no reason, this and that, and then you're bound to miss a free throw, whatever. You don't lose that game, bro. And it's the NBA Finals that makes it worse.
Capers, you do lose the game
Damn.
when you don't take the team serious when you're supposed to.
You think they didn't take them serious, or you think they just missed a
They
lot
did
of time?
not. They had a lot of moments where I'm looking at the game like, hey, we can take control of this. We can put them away for good, because we had that opportunity multiple times in this where I'm like, man, we're extending this lead. Let's just keep it going. Okay, now we're gonna go with the bench unit. Like what what are we doing with that? What are we doing that? Like, why are we doing that? I don't
so
personally
true.
understand. Our starters are playing absolutely blowing them out of the fucking game, and then we have to go to the bench unit every fucking time. I don't understand that shit at all, dude. It's pissing me off.
And we got to
really
know
is.
that
I'm getting pissed off at this point. I'm
a
tired
10-point
of it.
lead is nothing with this team. Like,
Well,
I
yeah,
wasn't
of course.
comfortable sitting there with the 10-point lead. So,
Oh, no,
and we're taking the foot off the gas, like you said, and
AJ
Haliburton's game
Mitchell,
winner is not so fun.
y'all need to get on Coach ass the way you was getting on him in the Denver series.
I've been saying it since the start
AJ
of the
Mitchell,
live.
stop there. AJ Mitchell.
It's not just about AJ getting minutes or whatever.
Yes, I know it ain't just
It's
about that. But
it's
that's
about
crazy.
the pockets where we're up and then he benches Shai because we're up. Y'all feel like that's a comfortability thing? I hate that shit, bro. Why the fuck is he on the bench when we're going up and extending the lead? Why do you need to rest your MVP?
Yeah.
Why? Tell me why. Kobe's not going to the damn bench if the lead's getting extended. He's killing them. I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit.
So, I mean, it's like, I guess I kind of been able to process a little bit. You know, it's hard to hop on and just fully after what just happened. But here's what I'll say. The bounce back in game 2 is very crucial. I think if we play the same way, just make a little bit more of our shots and finish the game early like we did in game 5 against Minnesota and game 7 against Denver, I think we should be all right. It's just like Zapier said, those little 2-3 minute stretches where the foot comes off the gas. There's 2 players in that probably shouldn't be. Like, I don't love the matchup of having Isaiah Joe guarding McConnell. Like, I think McConnell should be scoring 2 points a game this whole series. But in the first half, we had Isaiah Joe on him. He was able to score like 6 straight points. But right when we switched Kaysen on him, there was no production out of him. So it's just small things, making shots, and then just not getting into that clutch situation with them because they've proven they're the best team in the league at that. They are. You can't.
Sorry, Joe. The exact moment I texted in our group chat was when we had a 94 to like 79 lead. It was about 9 minutes to go in the game.
True. We did have
and Shai still hasn't came in. They give him an extra 2 minutes for no reason, just to get him extended rest, whatever. He comes back in with a 10-point lead, and you expect him to just save you every time. If you play savior type of basketball, that's the way the Mavericks lose. They expect Luka to save them every time, and that's not the type of team we are. We're a pass-first team. We have to stay with that mentality. You're not going to beat this Pacers team playing heliocentric basketball. I promise you we will lose this series in 6 or 7 if we keep playing like this, especially down stretches. Pass the rock. Get to the lane. Shai's not even looking to pass. They're baiting him. The defenders are baiting him into shooting those shots. They want him to shoot those shots. The way Nembhard is talking to him, the way Mathurin is talking to him, I can tell it's getting to him, man. And you can't let them like bully you in that way. You got to be like, okay, no, I can score at will, yes, but I can get my shooters open. He was not creating enough open looks for them. And I'm not just talking just about Shai. Everyone else has to do that too. And I didn't see that from the team. We did not assist enough. I have to look at the numbers real quick. I'm going to pull them up. Let me get the game chart.
You pulled them up. I'm going to go down to that second to last play when Shai took the midi. I love the trust in your team to go down and score a basket and keep the clock running. I thought it was a bit questionable. I feel like maybe we could have taken a timeout, gotten a better look instead of running it all the way down and then forcing a midi. I mean, I didn't mind the shot, and we're gonna have to live with that 9 times out of 10. But that's one thing I could question. And Xavier, the way when you said you texted the group chat, fucking. When we were up by 12 with like 7 minutes to go, I texted 2 of my Knicks fan buddies and I said, so when do they start to come back? Because I'm expecting it. And all of a sudden they were like, yeah, around 3 minutes. And then they did it.
That's exactly what they did. And look at the stats I'm pointing towards. I didn't even look at these stats beforehand mentioning it. But as a team, only 13 assists. The Thunder don't play this type of basketball. That's the problem that I have with the way – it's not even the way we lost or whatever. It's just the way we played the game as a whole. We fed into that man, Rick Carlisle's game plan to a T. Like the keys that I mentioned in our preview, we're doing – I'm going to just say it. Mark Dagnall is getting outcoached, amongst many other words that I could use in this moment, but he's absolutely getting outclassed, outcoached, whatever. Like I can tell from the game, the way the game plan is, the style of the game, he's not taking control of it. There's moments where not just the players need to take control, but stylistically you need to take control. And we did that in the first half of the game. We could see that with the way we were playing. You have to play a full 48 against this team, never let off. We got to shorten our rotation. And when we're up 15, crush them. You cannot let them come back. Like, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. I mean, you're up 10, you protect the 10-point lead like your life depends on it. Because soon as it's a 5-point lead and you have Hartenstein and Dort out there and no spacing, and you're telling Shai to go get a bucket for his 31st shot of the game, good luck. Good luck.
I think it was bad decision making, but I also do think that it's a feel out game, and I'd like to say that we won't make the same mistakes again. If we don't make the same mistakes again with personnel wise, we win the game, and we should win every other game outside of the series. So I'm devastated. I'm stunned that we lost. It really was insane, but the way we played, we didn't play our best offensively. We made some questionable decision making on the coaching staff. We lost by 1 on a buzzer beater with 0.3 left. We were up by 12 the whole game. We should be able to consistently keep a similar game plan and win this finals within 5 or 6 games.
The one thing that stuck out for me was we forced 24 turnovers and scored 11 points off those turnovers.
That's
execution.
Not the
can't capitalize on that. Exactly. I don't know how. I guess it's a transition defense, but
this is supposed to be an all-time defense. They're shooting 46% from 3. This is supposed to be a top 5 defense ever. They're shooting 47% from the fucking field. What kind of defense is that? I don't care about the turnovers. It doesn't matter. You're not defending them the way you need to. It's the style of the game. They're crushing us. I'm telling y'all, they're crushing us with their style of the game. And unless we actually disrupt that, because the thing is, you did it for 1 half. You have to do it for a full game over a 7-game series. And this is a young ass team. So they better figure it out for game 2. I promise you, because game 2 is going to be close, just like this one. You give a team like this some hope. This is the worst thing you can give to an underdog team that isn't even supposed to be here. The worst thing you can do.
I'm going to come out and say it. Fry me all you want. This is an Allen Iverson type game. Thunder's still going to win this series in 5 or 6. This is the same thing that Allen Iverson did against the Lakers. He went in, he won game 1. Everybody's like, oh shit, Philly's going to come, Philly might make some noise. Nah, I don't buy it. Maybe I'm delusional, but I really don't buy it. I think we played poor and we made bad decisions and we lost the game by 1 and trailed for 0.3 seconds the whole game. And WWG, whatever, come back the next game and the game after that and the game after that, and we'll see who's delusional. I really could be, but that's just how my mind's thinking about this right now. But please come back. I'd like to talk when, maybe if I'm wrong or if you're wrong.
Man,
fellas, I don't even know what to say, man.
I don't think this
is the NBA Finals.
This loss is worse.
This is the biggest stage.
This loss feels worse. This loss feels worse than the Nuggets loss, because the Nuggets loss, I could tell y'all it's a fluke in the way that we lost with the fouls and all that, and coach, Mark making some questionable decisions. This is us getting out-coached. This is us getting outplayed. Look at the rebound battle. Look at the assist battle. They're crushing us.
The problem is, though, we were getting
They're
outplayed.
Crushing us. They're shooting better than us.
They led for 0.3 seconds of the whole game. That's why I'm not tripping. Yeah, it's a bad loss, but if we're getting outplayed and outcoached and they can't – if the Pacers are only winning for 0.3 seconds the whole entire game, I think we're going to be okay.
The reason I'm going to disagree with that, Joe, and – we can't expect every game to get 30 turnovers off them. If you're going to try to win games that way and build leads that way, obviously we have, and as a defense, we do. We got to get more boards. We got to start assisting each other. And this is one of the better shooting nights for OKC, and we lost this game. And we've
Yeah,
had
but
worse.
I'm actually glad you
nights.
brought that up. It was one of the better shooting nights for OKC, but Kaysen goes 0 for 3. He's bound to make 1 or 2 of those. J-Dub goes 1 for 4. Chet misses his. Caruso goes 1 for 4, and they're all wide open looks. There's shots that we're going to make. Wiggins missed his. AJ missed his wide open. Those are shots we're going to make.
We've been
Team
saying
shot-
that. We've been saying that all playoffs, Joe.
And they've
Papers.
been making shots.
Jack,
They've been
Jack.
making shots.
What's up, bro?
No, we haven't been making shots the way we need to make shots. We've been winning off of our defense. We haven't been shot making. We didn't outshoot the Timberwolves. We out defended them. That's
We're
the
not
problem with
gonna-
this
we're
Pacer
not gonna
series. We're out
Pacers-
defending and expecting to win games. You have to hit your shots. It's the NBA Finals. We're not hitting our shots when we need to. I promise y'all.
In the first
You're not
game.
hitting
I agree with that.
But it's the first game. It's the first game.
I'm not tripping.
Yeah,
I
but-
still have us winning in 6, but it's like, come on, bro. I knew
Chet
we were
can't
gonna
be
lose.
doing that, bro.
I knew we were going to lose one game close, and I knew we'd probably lose one at the Pacers. The rest were going to win.
But Savir, it's the way you lose, bro. No,
I'm
this
saying
team
the
has
same
bounced
thing.
back. This team has bounced back, like when shit like this happens. But like I said, bro, this is every game matters in the playoffs, but especially the finals. This is the NBA Finals, bro. You can't do that. I'm just saying. Now we don't know what's going to happen. We can only guess what's going to happen from here on out. But that could be a huge gut kick, bro. Just saying.
Well, talking about the future, who do you guys reckon? What do you guys reckon the starting 5 should be next game? Keep the same one.
The same starting
Hart
five.
back in there.
Yeah,
Same one.
the same starting five.
I think same. I'd like it to be the same starting 5, but if you're gonna have Hartenstein come off the bench, 17 minutes while he's destroying them is not enough. You could play a guy off the bench. Caruso played 28 minutes off the bench. You could have Hartenstein play 25 minutes off the damn bench. 17, and that comes with Chet only playing 24. You got to have one big on the court the whole time.
AJ Mitchell. Look how they got 4 minutes. What?
I thought the whole idea of benching Hartenstein was so that we'd always have a 7-footer on, no matter
That's
what.
what I thought. That's what I thought
That's what,
too, Jack.
that's what we've been begging for him.
I was like, oh, Mark, that's so genius, bro. Like, kudos. And then, no.
Chet should not see less than 32 minutes this rest of the way. Like
He had 23 minutes.
he has to be delusional to play Chet Holmgren, a top 5 shot blocking center in the freaking NBA, and you're playing him 23 minutes. It gives me literally heart pain. It gives me heart pain, bro. How do we have one of the best, most versatile, second overall picks?
Savir, he was getting baby.
No.
he was not.
They was taking him to the cup.
Wow, that's
and
wrong.
he was 2 of 9.
That's wrong,
Been
Capers.
on off of
That's wrong.
player's choice. That
No,
man
I
does
was
not know
watching.
ball.
I watched
baby
the game
food.
myself.
No,
No.
he did not get
Listen.
babied.
That is a wrong
Listen.
statement. He had the best plus minus of anybody
Bro,
on our team tonight. He was
no,
not
that
baby food tonight.
He was baby food. They was taking him to the cup.
No, bro.
But they're plus.
Take everyone to the cup.
No.
They can take him to the cup, but he's adjusting. They're having
everybody
to
on the team
adjust their shots.
Wait,
They have to adjust their shots every time they go to the cup. That's the problem for them. He makes like shots that should be easy more difficult. I'm not saying he's this all time Dikembe Mutombo type dude.
I know.
He's there for a reason. It's about the game plan. If you let them play a faster game plan, that's exactly what happened. Chet goes out, they start running it down, do kickouts, and then they start hitting shots. That's how they want to play. And we fed into that by taking him off the court. And the reason I don't want to see Hartenstein out there is because he can't chase people off the 3-point line like Chet can.
No, Shep was not doing that tonight. Myles Turner was killing him on the 3.
Bro, he was getting cooked.
Where?
It was
Myles
getting
Turner
cooked.
hit 2 threes tonight, guys. What are we
He
talking
only hit
about?
2 threes. He's
No,
not
no.
getting crushed. The way y'all make it sound is like
It was
cooked.
in the situation.
Not
sparked
Myles
the run.
Turner specifically.
Miles is never hitting off the bank 3-point shot
Yeah, that was
again this
nasty.
rest of the way, bro. Y'all tripping.
But it was taking.
Well, I did not think. What did you think? Shet should have been playing in the clutch.
Yes.
Yeah. He should
I
have been.
thought one of them should have been. One 7-footer should have been. They were
I'm
really
gonna
have
taking
to
their
check.
time, bro.
Jack, I'm gonna take the guy that was picked second overall and is a top 5 defensive big in the league.
Yeah. Then
It's
I
interesting.
definitely.
No, draft pick doesn't matter.
Hartenstein is
In
not
that game,
the same. Hartenstein is not the same level of shot blocker. There's no
No, I agree.
statistical thing
I
that you
agree.
could tell me or eye test that you could tell me Hartenstein is making them miss shots the way Chet is. He's
And
not.
Chet's
Yeah,
Chet's been huge down the stretch throughout this playoffs. He makes timely threes. He's been getting to the rim. Yeah, he was off tonight, but you don't take him out. I agree with Sapphire. I fully agree with Sapphire.
That's another reason we're losing games is because they want to let them run it down.
anyway.
playing
It's like,
that
yo,
way,
all
man.
right, before we hop off, I gotta get one thing off my chest. We're much better than this team, but yeah, like
We are.
Sapphire, it's like, yo, we're up 8. Let's take out our 7-footer and play right into the way they want to. They got us to get our 7-footer out. And we were playing. I think it was Dub, who's our tallest guy on the floor. Maybe Shai. Like it was Shai, Kaysen, Caruso, Dort, and Dub. Right where
And
they
they're
want us.
mismatch hunting.
That's
They're
what they
mismatch
want.
hunting the whole time with Pascal and Obi Toppin down low in the post. It's like, come on, man. In the first half or second quarter or whatever, you can do that. But in crunch time, when it's down, like it's a 10-point game, then it's not the same type of game plan where you're trying to turn them over like you were early in the game. It's just not going to work the same way because then it's a half-court offense. When the game slows down, that's what it turns into. And you have to win those moments. And I disagreed with – I don't understand how you play a guy throughout the playoffs as much as you do, and then in the game 1, first you make a lineup change, and then 2, you have one of your top 3 players on your if anyone in the chat or anywhere on the world on planet Earth thinks Chet is not a top 3 player on the Oklahoma City Thunder roster, you're tripping, dude. He should be on the court 32 plus minutes. At least bare minimum. I want him playing 35, 40 minutes, if anything. I want him on the court as much as possible. Let him foul out, whatever. Play him, bro.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But
Rotation
listen,
should definitely be shorter.
yeah, shorten the rotation. Learn from your
AJ
mistakes.
Mitchell.
Just learn from your mistakes like they have been all season long, all playoff long. They'll be okay. Yeah, it fucking sucks that we lost game 1, and especially this way. But I could guarantee you we're gonna beat the fuck out of them in game 2, and then we'll see where the series takes us after that. We'll see how we do on the road. But unless
Honestly,
you guys,
if we play our type of basketball, we can sweep the rest of the way. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
We play our style of basketball,
Yeah.
we can sweep these guys. But come on, man.
Final 3
All right.
minutes to answer that question. I'm sorry, fellas. Travis.
yeah, go ahead.
Shai, Dub, Caruso, Chet,
And Dort.
and Dort.
Yeah.
That's my lineup.
Yeah.
That's what we generally
Dort,
close with anyways.
Whatever.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's the lineup. That's the smart
That's
lineup.
that would be my lineup.
Yeah,
Oh.
Alex, you got me. But guys, appreciate y'all listening. Tough loss. Again, OKC loses 111 to 110 by an ugly ass mid-range jumper from Tyrese Haliburton himself. 0.3 seconds left
And
on the clock. But they're
Those
gonna
game
be all
winners are
right.
not so fun
Yeah,
when it's against your team. That's what,
exactly. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna make better choices, better decision making. They're gonna shoot better, and these kids are going crazy. But appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. We'll be back on Saturday for game 2. And
Sunday.
Thunder Up, baby. Let's go. Sunday. Nah, yeah, Sunday. Sunday for game 2. My bad, but don't lose it. Don't lose hope. We won game 1 in 2012. We got our ass beat 4 straight times, so we'll be all right. Thunder Up, baby. Let's go. Everyone have a good night. See y'all
Good
on
night.
Sunday.
Good night, guys.